Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ibnu aziz nugraha. I'm from class 9.6. I will story about this story. I'll never forget the first time I met our new contact from electronic. One of top 5 customer I had traveled to the office to meet him in person. Talk about the history of companies together and define a shared division for a future cooperation. I want to focus on the building a good relationship with him, which would be good foundation for working together. So when we meet, I want to make a good impression and also show him respect. I greet him with a handshake and addressed him by his surname. When I put my hand out release, he had been moving give in to give me a hug. So we did a work mixture of the two. Also, when I greeted him by this surname, he responded politely. Although he used my first name, it was all a little uncomfortable. In this situation, I just made an assumption about the level of formality. The extinct even though the head never met me before. He knew the companies had been doing business with each other for years old, and he wanted to build on that history by being less formal with me from the beginning. The real, the real for the was the insult. They assume we all have the same ideas about meeting people for the first time. D. I didn't never work with a virtual team on an international project before. It was a quite extinct. So also challenging to work with people from different countries, many of whom I would never actually get to meet in person. There were a lot things that were different about working in the same office challenging at the beginning. There were also interpersonal differences such as different ways of working, approaches to deadline, and when to reply to emails. And sorry. And we shouldn't forget the fact that English was the project language and that most people on the team had to work in a language which hasn't speaker had to make to the effort to communicate clearly and clarify their own and everyone else understanding to help us in the page defined communication norms and the rules the team follow as well as a well follow meeting dates and deadline with laid this all out in a document called a team project charter. And this was really useful, and the end project was a great success. I'm looking forward to working on my next international project. See, I went through a bit of a rough patch last year at work. I was already committed to too much, and then we lost a team member through restructuring, and I quickly became overlooked. This led to me doing too much overtime and feeling very stressed. My boss was really helpful, and she pushed back she pushed back again the unrealistic target that had been set for around department. She also introduced me to the smart approach to the goal setting. It isn't an acromenisy smart. You use it to create goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. I am usually this approach to deal with all the things that were overloading me. It helped me to prioritize some tasks to do some later and to drop some complete. I often use this approach now and I feel much more in control of my time and workload. T. Have your missed in the season? Didn't it happen it to me last week? The ground crew kept extending the delay until eventually they cancelled the flight completely. They then told us to go to back through the airport to the departures to talk to their again who would organize hotel for everyone and rebook use on the following test flight. As soon as as soon as the mid announcement about the cancellation, I knew I had to think quickly as in the to be not be likely that the flight would have capacity to take everyone from my cancelled flight. I hurried back through the airport and was one of the first to make to the decks. That turned out to be good ideas, as there were only 9 seats available on the flight. The next morning, everyone else had to fly to different airports and then continue back to our destination airport in a coach. Luckily, Mel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.